Hello, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. Um, I just laugh because it's a commercial holiday. Lighting some sage. I just got home from work and now I'm trying to clear my energy field. But I had a pretty decent day at work, so I'm not like super, not too much stuff to clear, but a little bit. I did a little bit before I came on here, but yeah, I just kind of want to talk about or talk to all of you who are single this holiday, if you want to call it a holiday. And yeah, the sage sometimes gets to me. So, those of you who are single, like myself, uh, it's it's never been an easy holiday for me. I think I might need a drink of water now. Oh. So I should have had some water before I started this. It's never been an easy holiday for me. It's getting better with each year since I have gotten back on my spiritual path. And all of us are on a path to self-love. And we're all trying to understand what that means to love yourself. Now, I don't mean self-love in a selfish way. I mean self-love in a way that you have grace for yourself, that you take care of yourself, that you say kind things to yourself in your mind, that you do things to bring out joy and happiness for yourself that are healthy and good for you, not things that are going to be toxic, not and eating things that are good for you, not eating things that are going to damage your body. A lot of us, especially us very strong empaths, have led a life of destruction of the self because we try to numb ourselves from the hurt and the pain that others have caused, that we have allowed in our life, that that we're surrounded by every day, the negativity. It's very it's very chaotic and very emotional for an empath to take on the energy of everybody they come in contact with. Now, especially when it comes to romantic partners. And we can get into a lot of empaths, people who are very sensitive and are drawn to people that are hurt and people that are wounded, that need a little bit of our light and love, and we want to help them, right? We want to get them to where they understand where they are loved. But at the same time, if we don't set up boundaries for ourselves, we're not truly loving ourselves. And and I'm just gonna go briefly on I really got myself hung up on someone who I thought was my soulmate, my twin flame, my other half. And they, after a long time, I felt really taken advantage of, that they never took, did they ever take my love seriously? I started questioning all of these things a few years ago, and I said, I'm not going to stay. And then I came to a pivotal point where I said, they're not loving me as much as I am loving them, and they are not putting the effort to make this into what I want it to be. And I've wasted so many years trying so hard to be who they wanted me to be, and I was losing myself. So I said, that's it, we're done. I can't do this anymore. And then after I had done that, it was scary, because it wasn't scary the fact that I knew that I didn't know how to be by myself, but the fact that what was scary was I didn't know how they were going to react. I still cared for them nonetheless, I still loved them and cared for them. And I knew that this was going to be another form of abandonment to them, but I had to do what was best for myself. And that is the greatest love you can ever do, is do the best for yourself. Then came the whole healing part. And I'm still healing a little bit from that. I'm mostly moved on, and but during the last 2 years, I have had to go through some realizations of my codependency, issues, and just realizing that, I really don't need anybody to be happy. And being okay with that. I knew that, but was I really okay with that? And, you have to think, like, I would rather be alone than be with someone who is going to tear me down, who's going to make me feel like I'm never good enough, who is going to not do the work that they need to do so that we can be in more alignment of each other. If they can't do the healing work and I want to do the healing work, then it's not going to work. If they're not ready to heal, but you are, and you're waiting and waiting and waiting for them to heal, you have to move on. No matter how much you love them, you can still love them, but love them from a distance, because maybe you leaving them will force them to look at themselves more and do some healing work that they need to do. But I wouldn't hold out for them. You need to look for yourself, not anyone else. The way to truly grow spiritually and as a person and really know yourself is to spend time alone. Spend time alone. I've been alone now for 2 years. And you know what? I'm doing okay. I have moments where I'm like, man, it'd be really nice to share this wonderful experience I'm having right now with someone. But you know what? I am my own best friend. I'm enjoying and soaking in this moment. And I can't wait to share it with people. You can still share it with your friends and your family, this wonderful experience. It was between, I had a beautiful experience. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad that stopped shortly. But I had a lot of beautiful experiences in the last 2 years. Just going on adventures, doing things totally on my own. And, it was me and God and my higher selves and my guides, and who knows, watching over me. Could have been my dad, my grandma, and some other relatives. Who knows? You're never truly alone. Okay, you need to understand that you are never truly alone. And I still haven't met my, the person I'm meant to be with. I am going to be 46 years old today. And what's hard for me sometimes is when I see 20-some-year-olds, 30-some-year-olds going, I'm never going to find my person. I don't want to be alone, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look at me. How do you think I feel? But you know what? I feel fine. I feel great. And I know that my person is out there. I know that the one that I'm supposed to be with, he's out there. And that gives me joy to know that there is someone out there. Probably one of my aspects, which if you don't know that you have more than one aspect, most of us do. You can call them soulmates, you can call them twin flames, counterparts, whatever, but you have more than one. It's all about alignment. And if any of your aspects are in alignment to where you're at, where are you resonating at? Okay. It's all about vibration, alignment. Are you both meeting at the same level? Are you both seeing things going in the same direction, having the same destiny, dreaming the same dreams and hopes? That is what will bring you two together. That is what will bring your other half. So I've been alone for 2 years now. I've not really had any desire to go looking for someone. I figure if I keep working on myself and I'm loving myself and doing what I enjoy, and I do envision a love. I have recently started envisioning. This is another part of it. This is something I didn't start doing until maybe a few months ago. I started envisioning the kind of relationship that I want. And imagining it, me and this person, what we'd be doing and how that would feel to be together with someone that was in alignment with me, and how great that would be. So I've been working on that, and it feels great. And I have total faith that I'll find that person. So that's what you need to do. You need to align yourself to your highest path, to your highest good, your highest relationship. You need to be aware of your mission and doing the work that you came here to do, not just sitting around doing nothing of the spiritual work, nothing of the helping and serving others. There are times, yes, it needs to be all about you. Yes. There are times where you need to focus on you first before you can help other people. Before you go over to Joe Schmo there, you need and help him You need to work on yourself first, because you cannot help somebody if you cannot help yourself, right? So that is huge. You cannot love someone else if you do not love yourself. And it's a hard thing to do. It takes lots of healing. Those of you who, like myself, who have had very negative relationships, very toxic relationships, I've had maybe one good relationship on my whole dating adult life, that was actually, I know 100% that he loved me. All my other boyfriends, there was always doubt and fear, and with him I didn't. And I left him, actually, because he got into drugs, and I couldn't do that. I couldn't live like that. I wasn't into drugs. And so I, like hardcore drugs, I'm like, no, I can't be okay with this. And if you keep living your life in this way, we can't be together, because I'm always worried I'm going to get a phone call from someone saying that you overdosed. And every night he said he was going to go to a party, I would be so terrified that I would get a phone call that he overdosed or something. And I couldn't live like that. I couldn't do it anymore. I said, I love you too much to be able to stay in this relationship. And, it was hard. It was a very hard breakup. But yeah, out of all the boyfriends I've had, that was probably the only one. I know he loved me. But I do feel that we were counterparts, soulmates, 100%. But we had to go different ways. And he did go down a destructive path. And he's had a very rough time since then. Although as far as I know, I think he's in recovery, and he had a mental breakdown, but he's getting better. And he had some health problems as well, but yeah, he is getting better, and I do hope he continues to heal and stays on the right path at this point. And I don't know, but I've moved on from that relationship. You need to let these relationships go. That's another thing. The more energetically tied you are to a past lover, the more it is going to affect you going into new relationships. Every relationship you go into and you have ties of a previous lover, like energetic. I'm not just talking about, there are some situations where we still, let's say we're still friends with them because, you were able to break up and still be friends. However, energetically, you need to detach yourself. Or let's say you have an ex that you had children with, and you still need to communicate with them and be in their life because you share children. So in that case, it happens, so that you can still be detached from them energetically, emotionally. You can still care for them, but you really should not be dependent on them at all. You need to stop the codependency on them for your emotional well-being, because as long as that's there, you are going to suffer with every new relationship that you have. So that's just some spiritual and psychological advice. So with this Valentine's Day, I'm not going to do a love reading. It's going to be a little different, though. Well, maybe it could be love. I don't know. So I'm using my light activation deck. All right, so I want to do a little bit of a card reading, but not just yet. There's a couple things I want to say. So this Valentine's Day, those of you who are having a rough time, this one fell out, so I'm gonna. Those of you who are having a rough time, I really suggest you do whatever do what you have to do to love yourself. Whether it's taking a bubble bath, put some candles out, just like relax, focus on yourself, do some meditation, visualize the kind of partner that you want, and imagine yourself being in that relationship. But first, you need to let go First, you need to energetically cut the cords with your previous partners and do the healing that's needed to be done. When you are ready for that person to come into your life, it will come in divine timing. It will come when you are ready for them. After you've done all that work of moving on from the past, healing yourself, healing your heart, being totally comfortable with yourself. You need to be 100% comfortable with yourself. You have to know yourself first. And a lot of people, if you have a jealousy problem with others that are in beautiful relationships and they make it work and they've met their twin flame, that's a huge problem. Because when you're jealous, that's still you're not ready for that person to come in. If you're feeling jealous towards other people's relationships, you are not ready yet. That's something that I've recently, within the last year, something that I've recognized. I had recognized with myself, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not ready. Well, at that point, this was some months ago. And I was like, you know what? If I'm jealous with these other couples, like, it's something that I had to admit because I didn't want to admit it. Okay, so I had to admit to myself that, yes, I'm jealous. Why don't I have that with everything I've experienced, and I still don't have my person? Why? Am I that horrible of a being that I don't deserve my person? No, that's not it. It's because you're still jealous of other people and their love. You should celebrate their love. Celebrate that they have found each other, that they did the work. Celebrate their work and their healing that they did, because that is the hardest part, to heal yourself. The hardest part is to be comfortable with yourself, to learn to love yourself. With all the trauma that we have gone through in this life and past lives, and affecting who we are today, and then to heal all that, and then to find your counterpart, your other half, one of your aspects, that is that's a miracle, in my opinion. So when you see these couples that complement each other like perfectly, and that are so beautifully aligned, celebrate that, honor that. You need to remove your jealousy, because that jealousy is a part of trauma that is not healed. It is your healing that you need to do yet. You're not ready for your person yet if you're still jealous of other people. So that is something I learned within the last 6 months. So now when I see like Facebook posts of couples, like, Valentine's Day is always hard, was always hard for me. This is how I know that I'm healed and I'm ready for my person, because today, Valentine's Day has always been super hard. Like, I get triggered, okay? Or I would, because, I never had a decent Valentine's Day. I've never been given roses or even flowers. Well, I had wildflowers picked for me from a couple of boyfriends. They went and picked wildflowers, which is illegal. And they're like, here. I'm like, but anyway, but other than that, like, I've never been treated special. Like, okay, I shouldn't say I've never been treated special. I've been to a couple of fancy dinners, but as far as like getting flowers on Valentine's Day or a special I love you card, never got that. Ever. In my 46 years of living. So, and then to see all these people on Facebook, like, oh, look at what my hubby gave me. I'm so loved. I need to show this to everybody. Are they really? Are they really happy that they feel like they need to show everybody their relationship? Like, look at it. We're so great. Don't we look good? We're so beautiful together. We look so great. And we're so sexy together. And I need to post this on Facebook so everybody knows what I have. Right? And I'm not saying this from a negative, I'm not jealous. But then there are those couples when it's not a holiday and they're going on these adventures together and they're just like, hey, we're chilling we're getting a cocktail together, we're having fun. But you can see the love in their eyes and that they love each other. Or a family picture that isn't posed, that's just, whatever, and they're just doing whatever. And they're cuddling and, you can see the love in their eyes. That is a true relationship that, some people might get triggered at this, but you need to question if you're doing those things, like, I need to show everybody what I have, then you need to question why you feel the need to do that. Why do you need to prove to everybody that you have this and that and you're doing this and this and I have this, like, why do you need to do it like all the time? There are some couples that as an empath, I can read people very strongly. I can feel those emotional vibes, those connections, whether you're being true or you're just showing off for whatever reason to validate your own self-worth, whatever. But those couples that are really in love, that are really devoted to each other and are in alignment with each other and living the life that they dreamed and built together, you know who they are, right? And usually they're the ones that don't show off things, we all want to post about fun things that we do, like, look, I did this and I'm having the time of my life. And you should celebrate with them, right? Yeah. Celebrate with them. Be like, I'm so happy for you. That's so amazing and beautiful that you get to have that experience. So today, I knew that I was healed when I went on Facebook today, just a little bit. Usually I would try to avoid Facebook on Valentine's Day. But I went on there a little bit today and I was looking at some posts. And I was like, I'm okay with that. It didn't trigger me. It didn't bother me. I'm happy for them that they get to experience that love and that they have found the person that compliments them, that makes them a better person. That is what I want. I want someone that compliments me, that encourages me to be my best self, that wants me to do the healing that I need to do, wants me to, a partner that would say, hey, I think Sometimes when you do this, kind of bothers me. And I can look at that and go, oh, well, let me think about that a little bit and I'll feel it out. And maybe it's something that I do that I don't even realize that I do that could be hurtful or whatever. And, when we point out the faults in others, we need to do it in a loving way. But also, the thing with me, though, I'm pretty blunt. And I don't sugarcoat. I don't like to sugarcoat because when we do that, then we're like, oh, well, maybe you shouldn't. Then you're like beating around the bush. And I can't stand that kind of beating around the bush, not really getting to the point. I'm going to be nice to you because I don't want to hurt your feelings. And I need a partner that isn't going to get hurt every time I bring up something, point out something. Because if they would do that to me, like, I'd be like, okay, let me look at that. I'll check it out. Let me see. Like, I know that I'm not perfect. I know that sometimes, something slips out and I'm like, oh, well, why did I say that? I don't know. Okay. So let me look at it. Let me figure out why I said that. If I don't even know why I said that, I'll try not to do it again. But like, and another thing, I've recently learned this. And here's the thing, a lot of people assume, gaslighting, okay? Gaslighting, we usually associate that with a toxic relationship, right? Well, and usually when we think of a toxic relationship, we think of someone who's narcissistic, who may be a sociopath or a psycho. But let me tell you, even people that mean well can still gaslight. And usually that comes out of codependency, insecurity, and trauma that still isn't healed within themselves. So I recently had a situation with a friend. She's mad at me now, but I called her out and I said that she gaslighted me. And she said, how could you say such a horrible thing? And she's like, no one has ever said such a thing to me. I said, you don't realize what you're doing. She doesn't realize it's codependency, trauma, and insecurity. When you're pointing out a fault or something, not really a fault, I don't want to say, we all have faults, okay? We all are not perfect. But if you are saying, hey, I don't like it when you do this, what is your reaction to that person? Say, hey, if you say, or this person says to you, I don't like it when you do this, what is your reaction? Even if they weren't nice to you when they said, you do this and blah blah blah, and you're, okay, so, but they could have said it in a nice way or in a mean way or in a blunt way. Okay, there's 3 different ways. There's blunt, there's mean, and then there's nice. Okay, if they point out something that you're saying, this, I'm getting really frustrated with you because you keep doing this. And I'm seeing this repeated pattern with this. And then if you are feeling like on the defensive right away, you don't want to hear them out because whatever it was that they said, and you just shut them out and say, I'm not going to talk to you ever again. Or, you just walk away and like I'm sure many of you in relationships have encountered this, whether friendships or lovers, whatever. But like, how you respond to that person that's coming to you and saying, hey, I'm getting really frustrated with you because you keep doing this. And if you're immediately on the defensive and you can't handle what they say because you're taking it personally or whatever, that is your problem. It is not the person who is saying, you are frustrating me, blah, blah, blah. At least they're being honest, right? Whether they were mean, nice, or blunt, how you respond to it shows them how healed you really are or aren't. Okay? So my point is, if you are going to go into a relationship, you need to be ready for, especially someone who is your counterpart or an aspect of yourself. They will mirror you, or they will be like a reflection. Okay? And if you're not ready to handle a reflection of yourself in them, you are not ready to be together. You are not aligned. That alignment is now, okay? So even with friendships, she won't talk, my friend here, she won't talk to me. So I'm thinking, okay, perhaps our alignment and our mission, my mission with her is done. Maybe this contract is over because she's not ready to. I have helped her a lot with her ascension work. She is a dear friend of mine, and I love her dearly. But then she's at a point now where she's in victim mode because she's dealing with other things in her life, that other people in her life that are attacking her on a daily basis. So her mindset's already in, I'm a victim. But she doesn't realize she doesn't have to be a victim. I had to keep telling her, you're not a victim. It all depends on how you react to them. That depends whether you're a victim or not. How are you reacting? And so when she blocked me and everything, I'm like, that clearly tells me you see yourself as a victim and you're not really healed. You're not doing the work. You're not trying enough. I mean, she's not ready to, I don't know. I don't think she's ready to be in a serious relationship. But she just started a relationship. That's not my business. She wants to be in that. That's her choice. But, you can help people and you advise people, and, you have to let them make their choices and love them no matter what they decide. And just know that everything works in divine timing. So if you see people that you think are in the wrong relationship, or they could be in the right relationship, but they're not fully ready to be in that relationship, however they did meet this person, there's a reason they met this person. But perhaps some lessons have to be learned first before they can have true union. And so anyways, I'm going on and on. And I want to do this card reading, and I'm noticing that I'm running out of time on my phone. So I pulled out Merkaba activation, transcendence and ascension. You are rising up. We're all rising up. Look at that. It looks like a beautiful diamond. Here's my diamond for Valentine's Day. Here's my Valentine's Day diamond. It is within myself. It is myself. Your Merkaba is your light ship, is your essence. It is your energy. If you don't know what a Merkaba is, you can look it up. I don't know if I described it right, but I see the Merkaba as kind of like it is like your own UFO, your own vehicle, energetic. It's all energy. It's all energetic, and sometimes when we astral travel, we are in our Merkaba. So I do some research, find out what your Merkaba is. Here's your Valentine's Day diamond. You are a diamond, worthy to be loved. You are a diamond that is shining bright and glorious. And look at that. This is what a lot of you look like. Isn't that gorgeous? We see beyond the human suit. This is just a suit. You know? We're in an avatar playing out this experience. But this is our true form. It's your true form. You are a diamond and worthy of love. So remember that this Valentine's Day. I love you all. Love you all. And I hope you all have or had a beautiful Valentine's Day, and know that there's so many people in your life that love you, and you are never alone. Bye-bye.